Several of these conservative justices, who are in no way accountable to the American people, have lied to the U.S. Senate, ripped up the Constitution, and defiled both precedent and the Supreme Court's reputation, all at the expense of tens of millions of women.
The Supreme Court is not the ones that will get the final word on Roe versus Wade. It is Congress that gets the final word. We have the capacity to keep Roe versus Wade as the law of the land. And if we act, then we can do that.
When I went to get my abortion, I didn't go to a gas station. I didn't enter a fast food restaurant. I didn't go to a bank. I went to a healthcare facility because abortion care is healthcare, and we are taking away, this will take away folks' access to safe abortions.
Extreme Republicans were never going to stop at the state level, and mark my words, they are not going to stop with Roe and the right to abortion either. They are coming for your birth control, for all reproductive health care.
We are going to have to turn out in the streets, but at the voting booths. And we're going to have to make it clear to everybody across the country that this right that we have taken for granted, frankly, for decades now, is not at all. It's hanging by a thread. It's about to be overturned, and we cannot afford to let that happen.
It's time to codify the rights in Roe v. Wade into national law. It's time to stop letting senators hold our nation hostage. And it's time to make us the 51st state, where our senators will be able to speak for us and protect women and girls.
The Supreme Court is absolutely broken, and you're right that the latest three justices went before the American people and before their confirmation hearings and said, yes, it is precedent. It is precedent, and implying that it should not be overturned. And they lied, and now we have a situation where women will die.
It's significant because if you read into it, it is part of the culture war. The culture war that you hear over and over from these Republicans, that elections are really about the culture of this country. And we become too liberal, too progressive. We've got to be very careful to shape and to protect family values.
It demonstrates how politicized the Supreme Court has become, how out of touch with America they are. I mean, over 73% of the American people, Democrats, Republicans, and independents, believe abortion should be safe and legal. And it shows their contempt for decades of precedent.
Women have a right to make our own healthcare decisions. And banning abortion doesn't stop abortions, it just stops safe and legal abortions.
Consider this, a woman's right to choose is supported by the vast majority of the American people. It's been considered settled law for nearly 50 years. So we can't let Republicans off the hook.
We need to ensure that, in fact, we continue on our quest to make the Women's Health Protection Act a reality for all the women in the state so that Roe versus Wade is in statute.
We have fought tooth and nail for what I think of as sort of the crumbs at the table of justice. And now we are seeing just those very, very small gains now being rolled back.